Good morning. My name is Ralf Friedrichs. I am an addiction recovery coach, a life coach, an author, and the host of this show, the Take Your Life Back Today radio show. You can see a video version of this if you go to YouTube under channel Take Your Life Back Today show. Drugs that can kill you in 5 minutes. That's right, 5 minutes. People use drugs to briefly step out of reality. Addicts light up to escape the real world for a moment. An alcoholic takes another drink to revisit a better place, or so they think the beverage creates for them. But no one, excluding the suicidal Cam, takes the sniff, puff, or sip thinking, this might kill me in 5 minutes. As a child, you learn not to put certain things in your mouth because of what it could do to your body. As adults, it may be time to revisit that childlike mentality as we approach certain substances. Folks, let us not forget that drugs and alcohol are poisonous. They merit our respect and consideration before use. Don't join the millions that found out too quickly that when you fool around with toxic substances, you allow your life to swing in the balance. Drug cocktails, a vast majority of drug-related deaths with a mixture. In 2013 report, the Drug Abuse Warning Network cautioned us that 3.7 drugs were used in fatal overdose cases. The body reacts to different drugs in different ways, my friends. As an effect, when one drug affects breathing, the other disturbs brain activity. The body can't keep up and eventually shuts down. The effects is synergistic, and through teamwork and toxic tendencies, the drugs can kill. Heroin or brown sugar combined with alcohol shows us lethal capability of dangerous cocktail. When used together, the drugs can easily stop a person's natural breathing pattern. Glutamate is generally acknowledged as the most important transmitter for normal brain function. Alcoholic drinks can decrease the effects of glutamate, impairing the judgment of an individual. Combine this effect with euphoric high of heroin, and the user can actually lose the drive to breathe. Within 5 minutes, death through self-inflicted suffocation can shortly follow the use of heroin alcohol cocktail. Heroin, brown sugar, and other opiates doses of heroin kill more people than any other single drug on the market. The initial high given by drug causes mental confusion, slowed breathing, nausea, and sedation. But when used in excess, the immediate effects of heroin build up and often result in respiratory failure. This means the body quite literally forgets to breathe and deprives itself of oxygen, eventually killing the user within a matter of 5 minutes. Alcohol. The effect of alcoholic beverages is directly related to the amount consumed. Through a process called metabolism, your liver does its best to eliminate the toxic alcohol from the blood, but it can only handle so much. The excess alcohol is left to circulate through the body. The more alcohol is circulating, the more intense the effect, and more intense the effect, the slower the user breathes. The lack of oxygen reaches the brain, and it can cause coma, and which can lead to death. The body may attempt to rid itself of the excess alcohol by vomiting it out. If this happens during a coma, and it has, the person can literally drown in their own vomit. Nicotine, my friends. Can cigarette smoking kill you in a matter of minutes, like 5 minutes? No, not unless you choke on your bits. But what can kill you quickly is the combination of nicotine patches or gum and smoking together. According to a research team from the University of Utah, this combination of smoking and using nicotine patches or gum puts much more nicotine into the body than smoking alone. Sometimes nicotine can reach levels of high enough to paralyze the muscles that control breathing or cause a heart attack. The result of high nicotine concentrations can prove deadly. Cocaine. Cocaine, like other stimulants, boosts the release of adrenaline like hormones, causing increased motor activity, heart rate, and blood pressure. Cocaine can also cause blood vessels to narrow. The dangerous release of hormones and thinning blood vessels is connected to heart attacks, brain damage, overheating, and respiratory failure. Heart attack. The increased motor activity demands the heart to produce more oxygen, but as the blood vessels narrow, blood supply significantly decreases, which often leads to a heart attack. Brain damage. The spike in the blood pressure can cause blood vessels in the brain to rupture, resulting in a cerebral hemorrhage. Overheating. Because of the boost in the motor activity in the body heats up and needs to be cooled. But altering adrenaline hormone levels can influence the body's ability to cool itself. The result is organ failure and eventually death. Respiratory failure. Similar to the effects of alcohol and heroin, cocaine can inhibit a person from breathing, which can lead to death. Addiction to deadly drugs. Beyond the direct and sometimes deadly effect of drugs and alcohol, each of these substances has a direct effect on the mind. They can temporarily distort reality and influence the user's perception of what's around him or her. These distortions are dangerous and addictive. Think of drugs and alcohol as a poison, a toxic substance that can destroy you and the people around you. The best way to take drugs is to take them seriously and never, ever, ever take them in the first place. Avoiding drug cocktails, heroin, alcohol, nicotine, and cocaine could mean avoiding death. Don't chance it. Get smart about it. Don't allow yourself to do any of these, and I'll see you in 5 minutes if you don't try any of those drugs. Call me at 844-405-HELP. Together we can help each other take our lives back. Be good to yourselves and always be good to each other. Remember, a simple smile to a total stranger can change that stranger's life, can change your life. May God bless each and every one of you. Stay away from drugs. Read my book. Say yes to hugs, no to drugs. Yes to hug, no to drugs, by Ralf Friedrichs. Take good care. May God bless you. And remember, God does love you. Never forget that. God truly loves all of us. Take good care, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.